Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the individual speakers, commentators, guests, experts, and our hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the network broadcaster channel and/or program's policy or the views held by this network broadcaster channel or program. The network broadcaster channel or program cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Hey, FEM Talk Nation. I'm here on FEM Talk. It is FEM Talk Tuesday, and we are going to get started. Let's bring in Shima Shishi Talks.
Hey, FEM Talkers. How's everybody doing?
Hello. And we're going to have a special guest with us tonight because we're missing our Tracy.
I don't think I'm a special guest.
Well, kinda on a front screen.
I'm the background guy who just keeps on getting pushed up to the front, and I'm trying to get in the back, but I'm willing to support my ladies and and the beautiful women of FEM Talk, so they know I'm always ready to jump in and support. So
there you go.
Hello, FEM
Is
Talk
that not
Nation.
what a producer does?
I mean, I'm going to produce to the best of my ability.
There you go. That's our producer, Nick.
What is it? What's the saying? The show must go on.
The show must go on.
Must go on. So,
yes, we are missing our other host, Tracy. She may surprise y'all. She might jump on a little bit, but I'm pretty sure she is somewhere keeping an eye out, making sure she got all the hot topics and information for us, or listening to ones we're gonna be talking about today.
There you go. So that being said, let's get into our what's out there? What's out there on the hot topic? Nick,
I got the first one. I got the first one. Because tonight we are not going to be providing some live commentary for what I expect to be foolishness broadcasted to the entire United States of America. And that is in the terms of the vice presidential debate with who we love, Coach Tim Walz.
Yes.
But the other one, Mr. J.D. Vance.
No, we not.
Ladies, what do we think? What do we think is about to happen tonight?
Oh gosh. I think foolishness is the really one of the words. What is he going to say? I mean,
well, you would hope that they would be so tired of their counterparts back and forth repartee that they would choose to try to stick to the topics. I just don't see it happening.
No way. If you see any of the if you see any of the clips he's already doing with the rallies and stuff, I mean, it is absolute foolishness. And my only hope, be very honest, again, this is not the views of the network. This is Dr. Mimi talking.
Is this allegedly, or we're just saying my personal opinion?
My personal opinion is you would want to say to yourself, is this who I really want running my country if something was to happen?
Well, say it again. Say it again for the people not listening yet.
Is this him who I really want running my country if something was to happen to the other one?
No, ma'am.
I would shudder to think. When I tell you, I am, my eggs are in one basket. And if my eggs, all my eggs in one basket, and I'll tell you, plan B will be in full effect if my eggs don't manifest in that basket. If they don't hatch, plan B is in full effect because we might as well go somewhere else. I mean,
I know that it's not. I mean, if you stand outside and if you get outside your own body, you know how we talk like that, and you watch this, you want to think that it's a joke. You want to think that this is a put on. The sad part is it's not. The candidate, the redheaded candidate. I try to say nice things. I try to say it nice. I'm saying it as nice as I possibly can without the people knocking on my door saying we need to come on and talk to you. The redheaded candidate has kicked the door open for so much foolishness. His counterpart thinks I need to outdo my running mate. Yeah, so I'm just going to say the most random and outrageous thing in the world. I'm going to keep saying it because he allowed it and he loves it and the people love him. So I'm going to run with it because he's my running mate.
You both said something very key there. One, let's go back to Dr. Simmons, right? Mm-hmm. You just said all my eggs are in one basket.
Right.
Literally, you're voting for one person only. But if you think about it, women's rights are on this ballot. Literally, your eggs
are all
in
this basket. You better say that one again. It is all my ability to live a life.
And people don't understand that man. And then to Shima's point, that man will get up there and he admitted he will lie and make up stuff. The cats and the dogs was something that he repeated first. If you don't know the tea, he said it first, and Trump repeated it, and then he got up on Good Morning Fox or whatever they want to call that dumb show on Sunday mornings, and tell people I lied and I will do it again. So that's also the thing. I don't think we can watch the show tonight because we can't fact check him. There's not enough time to fact check him in real time.
The lies are going to be spewing too fast.
It's going to come.
We ain't gonna have a chance.
And it's a sad state of affairs. It really is. We can do so much better. There are really. I don't have to agree with what people believe. Mm-hmm. I don't even have to believe in your political stances on certain things. Mm-hmm. That being said, there are better people for this.
We agree.
There's better people for this. So
were we raised to disagree and to understand that we're not going to all
have our own perspectives, to live our own lives, and then see things differently?
This is truly not. And I said this once, and I'll say it again. This is not a political party issue. This is we got to be better than this. This country has got to be better than this. And I've seen enough foolishness that some people aren't better than this.
I said it before.
You know what throws me?
The Republican Party. This isn't the Republican Party, because I could talk to a Republican and we can disagree and we can have a conversation.
For sure.
Kamala Harris said she would put a Republican in her cabinet if she became elected. I'm saying once she becomes elected.
For sure.
This is different than the Republican Party is different than MAGA. And if you realize they make the differential in their own party now.
Right.
And you know
MAGA people versus a real Republican, because the beliefs are not the same. Republicans don't stand for that. And I got friends. I went to a predominantly white institution.
You know Republicans. Go ahead.
An all-white fraternity. I know me some Republicans. And I think I hung out with a group of them on Labor Day. And I remember I go, what time of the night are we going to have our political discussion? When we going to have that conversation? And we sure did have it. And there was no fight. And I looked at one of my friends. I go, is this really what you believe in?
Yeah,
don't. He had to look me in my face and say, no. I go, so why are you voting for it? And he goes, because this is what our party's doing. Mm-hmm. And they feel there's a level of people who you can have a conversation with, but there's this blind trust that we have to vote party, but this isn't party.
Right.
This isn't party.
It's so separate.
I have, I'm not talking about when I'm registered as anything. And I've said this before. I have voted Republican in my lifetime.
Right.
Because of what I wanted to see in the White House. That's okay. because sometimes it's the person and their values line up to what you're doing and what your beliefs are.
Where you're at in life.
Where you're at in life, what's important to you. That's what I'm doing. This is not that. This is something different.
Two different things.
And two different things. And if you really want to see things actually go totally inappropriate way, that we will all find ourselves what is happening here, then so
and not to always bring it back to the the women's topics or whatever, but
that is a big
what
one.
I heard today on what I keep hearing, because just the same commercial you hear all day long. At the end of this commercial, you hear this older woman saying that she does not. She said, "How can my daughter have less rights than I have?"
Don't that sit with you every time you hear that? How can my daughter?
Every time I hear it, and it's of course we're all talking about the abortion rights.
How do the children you don't? How about the grandchildren you don't even have yet have less rights? How
did this happen?
How do
they have that
time?
That's absolutely bananas.
How do people plan families? This is family planning. This is so much bigger than you just have to, and again, I think we could keep talking all night.
This is hot. This is a hot topic.
It's a
very I think it needs, let's be honest. I think it needs a little bit more time because this is pending in a few days. As a matter of fact, voting has already started. Let's be honest.
If you're not registered to vote, please register.
You can mail in your ballots now.
It's coming up. The deadline is almost there. I am putting it up. Go to vote.org to get the information. I don't care. Exercise your right. Even if we don't agree on what you want to do, exercise your right to vote.
Exercise your right and
or don't say anything. If you're not going to vote, shut up.
Don't say nothing. And I think and Shima, I want to kind of let everybody sit in that one you just said. How can our children and their children have less rights than us?
Actually, I'm gonna sit with two of them.
Less rights
for other one, where the lady is talking about her and her husband. Now we're talking about a country that is supposed to be supportive of family, creating families, supporting families. Her and her husband want to have children. They're having issues, so she's doing IVF. She said, "My husband is in the military. What happens if he gets moved to a place where IVF is not supported,
a state where it's not supported, and they have no choice of what state they get moved to because he's in the military?" That's I heard that one too. That's like a what?
It hits you differently because you can hear all the rhetoric all day long. They're going after each other. They are. Oh, my thing is freezing. Going after each other, doing all this crazy stuff. But when you hear those topics, where it hits home, where it talks about families, where you're not able to create a longevity or a legacy of your own, let alone the country's, because of some of the decisions that are going to be made.
Let me give you another one, and then I know that we probably have to move on, but it's
yeah.
but right, let's talk. Right. So let's FEM talk about it. So Olivia Munn just had, her and her husband just had a baby. They had to go the surrogate way with with all of that stuff because she had issues, breast cancer. She had cancer. So women who unfortunately develop cancer during their childbirthing years are now being told before they get treatment to take your eggs and freeze them so that after give you a chance for your own child. This is included in the plan 2025 to remove. It is not, let people understand, it is not specific to abortion, which you don't have to agree with. It is your choice. Guess what? If you don't believe in abortion, guess what? You don't have to do it. That is what freedom is about. You get to exercise your right to say no because that's what you believe. So when the government says, oh no, you can't plan that and you can't plan this either. So if you happen to get sick, if you happen to need, and is a few different things a woman can get that can give that would force them to jeopardize the ability to have children, but and need now freeze eggs. That happens because of different situations that we now go through. Okay. And to think that is also going to be taken away, really, from a daughter you have, your ability to have a grandchild, is that now where we at? Where
I'll say this.
I think you just have to think about what is happening. I could go into a few other points, but we don't need to do that tonight. But
not tonight.
But I will say this: please, really think about what we are doing. This is not a party thing. This is about people living in this country. You choosing to live in this country because, right, the land of the land of the free. The land of the free. This is why right? Isn't this why we're here? I know this why my parents came.
I'm gonna say this because you have me, and I know we want to move on, and I think I can tie this moving on thing perfectly. Ready for the segue? Because I got it. They want to use Christian. They want to use the Christian beliefs. They want to use the Christian beliefs for it, right? You can't do this because this is what we believe, right? I'm sorry. If you want to pull up the Bible, the first thing I'm going to say is, "Thee without sin cast the first stone." Don't you dare start telling me what I and can't do and judging my sin when you up there on this app and doing this with this person and doing that with this one and sinning all across the board. You think God's going to look at me and think my sin is better than yours or yours is better than mine? We're all going to have to answer for what we did. So let me live my life and you live your life. But talking about living lives, did y'all see SNL and the Kamala spoof?
Let me tell you. That's a nice segue. I love it. I love it. But my girl, I you know, she is one of my favorite comedians.
Maya Rudolph.
One of my favorite comedians.
Absolutely.
I was listening. I think I was hearing.
You saw a clip on Instagram. I know.
No, I didn't see a clip. I heard a clip.
Ooh, I got
a commercial.
I heard the clip, so I didn't see it. And I said, "Oh, what is Kamala?" I said, "What is Kamala Harris talking about?" I did not know it was Saturday Night Live. I just heard the voice, and I said, "What's she talking about?" And then I think it was you that told me, that was a spoof. I said, "What?" And when I saw it, the voice, the mannerisms, I always said comedians are some of the most brilliant people out there. Their ability to hone in on the slightest gestures and voice intonations to sound like she sounded just like her. She could, if you took Maya Rudolph and put her in a room and just had her talk, you wouldn't know who was talking.
The hesitation.
If you couldn't see and you just heard it.
She had this hand gesture that looked. I said the hand. Right. It was,
and the pauses.
What?
Like she pauses. Yes, she had it down.
But you also had Jim Gaffigan.
Maya.
You had Jim, who, when I tell you, I thought he was Tim Walz too. Like, shout out to the. I have a love for Andy Samberg. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. When he got up there as Doug. Oh my God! Shout out to the producers at SNL because they were in their bag on that one.
Yes, they were.
They brought
everybody.
This election isn't funny, but it's so sad that you need that comedic relief, and they did it so well. They touched on everything that is real and that's happening, but they just made you laugh through it for a second. And we all, everyone, please, who is watching this live, watching this later, laugh.
Right.
Just laugh.
You need it.
Just take a moment and just laugh for a minute.
It is going to laughter. The medicine of laughter. I love it.
And it is a good.
Even they did my boy GB so well. No, JB.
Oh, JB.
I was like, who's she talking to?
Sorry. You know I get mixed up with my alphabet, but
my father's over here saying how she kept on saying Biden. Like, it was funny. It was just funny.
The man again, the walking, it looked just like Biden. I mean, it was funny.
All of the men play presidential candidate. Now he gets to play presidential candidate. Right.
I love it. Right.
Exactly.
It's their turn. It's the ladies' turn. Welcome to family.
Ladies' turn. Exactly. What? Go ahead, Maya. She doing it too. It was genius. Genius stuff. Genius stuff. So shout out to SNL for hitting a home run on that one.
They did it. What else is trending?
Well, I definitely want to say, send our prayers and our thoughts and hopefully as much help as we possibly can to our southern counterparts, Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee. There were so many news stories today. I was talking to my family on a call earlier, and we were just talking about a few things, and it just shocks me how Asheville may have just been washed off the map. How does that happen? Out of nowhere. We take so much for granted, and we overlook so many things. And this is a city where they have lost everything: jobs, homes, family. This one lady was on television. They're showing a commercial now, how she has nothing. And I understand the newscasters have to do what they do. They want to show us, the devastation. But she was just devastated by the conversation because she had to say to this man, I have nothing. I have no job. I have no home. I don't even have family. I don't even know how I'm going to replenish or rebuild because there's no opportunity to. There's nothing here.
Jesus.
No.
So definitely want to send everyone in those areas our prayers. Hopefully restoration is on its way.
It has. And I want to say our current president, Joe Biden, and our vice president, Kamala Harris, have been very active in sending the relief, sending federal funds. If you want to give anything to the people in those affected areas, a great organization to get a part of is the American Red Cross.
Red Cross.
They are. So please check out their website and see what you can do. Trust me, nothing is too small.
Exactly.
No action is too small. Everything will make a difference. So if you want to
participate in that field, if you're in any kind of disaster recovery field, just go out there. Lend a hand. I wouldn't send anybody into any situation that is unsafe for them. But if that is what you do and you feel led, a team from New York just left. I think it was a team of 20 or 25 disaster recovery people.
Yeah,
they need it. I mean, I it's just so much.
I got an email today on the same thing. I mean, is it Lake Loon, Nick? I mean,
in Tennessee, right?
I think this one was in North Carolina, right?
Carolina.
Oh, that's Lake Loon in North Carolina. I've never seen footage like that. I've never seen
houses were completely wiped off,
sliding off its foundation.
The lake is gone. I mean, because of the debris from the town around the lake that now the whole town went into the lake.
Yeah,
the lake is no more. And at first when I heard the loss of life, 100 I thought was so high, but they're still missing 600 people as of today, and they expect that to even go up. It literally just caved in on them. I've never seen devastation like this, and seemingly a town that didn't get hit by the eye of the hurricane, but we have underestimated the effect of global warming on the amount of rain or water or precipitation that
infrastructure is on this election, right? The climate change is a part of this election. I know we said we were moving on from it, but all of this, our livelihoods, our lives, we can't control that. We're arguing about things that we can't control, but the things that we can't control are also on this election. So be very cautious and aware of what's going on, what we can do to help, and what we can do to save our people and help.
I think one of my cousins did say that they talked about these cities, certain cities, not wanting FEMA help because they didn't need FEMA help. So they don't have that type of funding. And now these type of disaster situations come about and they're looking for it. But these are the areas that didn't want to vote for it. Or voted not to have that type of
until you need it. And I say
more than your favorite. It's more than your favorite running.
Think about just more than you.
I love it. It is bigger than my party. 2 facts about the hurricane that hit. Two simple facts. Real facts. The heat of the water has gone up 2%. And the level of the water has gone up 2 inches. Those 2 factors are major. And because that happened, the intensity of every hurricane that comes out of the Gulf will be doing this and worse.
Absolutely.
This and worse.
Well, doesn't the heat lend to the possibility of more tornadoes?
Yes, because it's a combination. 2 simple things, and it's not simple. When you say it, it's the water 2 inches.
Yeah,
makes a difference.
And the heat 2 degrees. Those 2 things is what has caused the intensity to rise to this level. And I'll correct that. It's the inches and the feet. I'll double check that. And if there's a correction, I'll put it out there. But it's those 2 little things that you would never think would affect.
And it's affecting everything.
That's what global warming is, and that's why some people are saying it's not real. But if you don't understand what global warming is about and how these things happen, that is what it is. So I'll fact check that during the break to make sure I got those 2 things right. But I need you to know it's very simple, and this is on the ballot for us to make major changes in how we affect the atmosphere in order to reduce those factors.
Exactly.
Yeah, you see that quote right there? Yeah, that area, though a lot of those areas were mountainous. And she's saying that the heat created tornadoes in the mountains, which would normally cool.
That never had tornadoes.
That never would see tornadoes. But the same goes
never
for this
had tornadoes
because we started to see it here.
Exactly, because of the temperature in the atmosphere from a mountain. But Absolutely. They have reduced the temperature. So now the heat is able to rise to create the funnel effects that never happened before.
That's right.
This is serious. And and this is affecting this, guess what? The storm had nothing to do with a political party. It hit, if you were Republican, Democrat, Independent, it did not choose a house, color, animal. It did not choose who it affected and who it hit. Everybody got affected. So if you want, or you think that we can make a difference by just doing some simple things, then you need to really consider why and how you vote. This is on the ballot.
Well,
guys, give us a. We got excited by our hot topics. We do have to take a break.
Yet again, this
we always get excited about our hot topics.
Always.
We're going to take a break and come back, and we're going to finish our conversation.
Yes.
That was a quick break.
That was a quick break.
That was a quick break.
I think we were paying attention because you know how we do on our breaks and our behind the scenes. Yes. So we are we going into our topic? Or are we still talking about hot topics?
Are we going? We either going to Ask FEM Talk or are we going into our main topic?
Let's see.
Let's go to the main topic. I think we could do Ask FEM Talk next time. But if you have a question that you'd like to pose to the FEM Talk host, feel free to email us at
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Hold on. It's FemTalk TV.
You're like
FemTalkTV at gmail.com.
You can also message us on Facebook, on Instagram. You can message the ladies individually if you want us to talk about something on the show. Because hey, we got our own. I know we're streaming and sharing it to our own people. So if you don't know how to get in contact with the show, contact Dr. Simmons, Miss Shima. Do what you got to do, but get the information out there, and we will definitely talk about it on the show.
Yes, for sure.
And any replays you see, any videos you see for FEM Talk, put your comments on them. We do check the comments. We do go back and provide you with links if we talked about books or how to find something. We go back and we update that information. So
Shima, that is a great plug because I think you should little tease what's going on next week on FEM Talk.
Ooh, next week on FEM Talk, we are going to do a wine tasting. How is that going to work? It's going to work wonderfully for us. But we are going to invite you all to join us. Our fearless leader, our producer, Nick, will be picking some apropos wines for us to try. Well, how we're going to do this, I'm assuming this is the way it's going to work. He's going to give us the list. We're going to provide the list to you all. If you want to go and pick up those wines and catch us next Tuesday and have the tasting with us, we would greatly appreciate it. You know, we like to have a good time here. So it's Tuesday. It's 8:30. Make sure you put your kids away. We don't want you to be all liquored up
away in the bed.
Right. Put them away. Put them to bed. Give them a cookie or whatever you need to do. No, sir. But we are going to do some wine tasting. We will be putting that information out before the weekend, I hope.
Yes,
so make sure to join us and make sure to check this video and our page so you can get the list of wines in case you want to join us.
I'm excited. Wine tasting on FEM Talk. We have gone to a new level. Yes.
I love it. I'm excited about next week. But I'm actually really excited about tonight's topic. Because this one is near and dear to my heart. And if you see
just so happens that you would be the one to join us today.
Who knew? We did not plan this. We did not know this was going to happen, but we are here. And I think people are wondering, what does it mean when the tables turn? What does that mean? So let me paint the picture. You grow up and you have your parents, you have your mom.
I need to go like this.
You have both. Don't want to assume what the situation was, but you were parented. You got reprimanded. You were taught what was right and what was wrong. And you followed that. You grew up, and that stuck with you. I believe somewhere in the Bible, because I was growing up with that. It says, "Honor thy mother and father." Right? Or
your days on this earth,
and your days will be long. Right? I'm looking for a long life right now. Right. But what in the world has happened? Because my parents are buck wild. They are a mess,
and you have to do whatever they want
to do. And now I gotta be the parent.
When did the tables turn?
When did the tables turn? Who? I did not sign up for this.
Earlier today, I was helping my other mom do some things, and she asked me what today's topic was, and I told her. She's watching right now. And I don't think I'm gonna watch.
I don't think I'm gonna watch.
You should have me and your mom on there together. Oh no, that's not what we're gonna do. Because we are going to be talking about how we need to police you two. Because now that you're of a certain age, you just do whatever. You've been doing whatever. But you're not at that age where you should continue to do whatever. I think when we were talking about this topic, Dr. Mimi and Nick, I think I gave the example. If you're 83, you leave my house, which is 15 minutes away from your house, and you don't text and let anybody know that you got home because you're driving home by yourself and you're on the highway. And you text maybe 2 hours later, or you might even call 2 hours later to say, oh, I went in the house and I was fixing me something to eat. You know. So anything could have happened to you because you think you can. Or I stopped at the grocery store on my way home. You already left here 11:30 p.m.
I mean, how many times were you told? And how many times were you told when you left the house?
I told, don't stop for gas at night, right?
Mm.
How many times did they tell us, just go straight home and do it tomorrow? It's not safe out there. A woman by yourself, getting gas, going to the store, getting out of your car. Now, is it not safe for the 20, 30-year-old to do it? Or is it less safe for the 85-year-old to do it?
Well,
okay. I'm just wondering.
I got a question.
Plug in any number you want, 70.
I tell you.
Yeah, hey, plug it in.
I'm sorry. Because my parents think they can just hop on a plane and go anywhere whenever they want and go, oh, we have this trip. Who told you can go? Did you ask permission?
Oh.
Did we talk about this? Because how are you why are you just outside? Why are you just outside? No.
Ooh, I gotta pull my hair over. What?
You may be right. You don't have to ask permission. Okay, fine.
Okay.
But you don't even inform the people of what you're going and where you're going and how you're going. I still don't have all the details, and I gotta bring you to an airport when?
Tomorrow morning.
Right.
And she not lying.
As she says with aggression. Tomorrow morning.
I said it. I go, there's a level of I want to make sure you're safe. I have your location, so I know where you at, but you be leaving your phone sometimes.
You don't answer the phone sometimes. They checking where we are.
And this is why I have your location because you are too grown to be out the house at all times of the night.
I'm with you, Nick.
I'm sorry. Isn't that what you told me? And I'm grown now.
I'm with you, Nick.
Let me say this.
It's just not.
I was grown having you, and I'm still grown. I was grown when I had you, and I'm grown now.
Okay. But
I now have the opportunities that having you and raising you didn't afford me. It was to go and travel. But now that I have moved on to the point where I don't have to make sure that you're okay all day long, I can now travel.
Feliza, I'm speaking directly to you as you put comments in the chat.
Yes, to do whatever.
It's not okay to do whatever. Okay, I'm gonna give you another scenario. It's okay to be out there doing all that you want to do until you get on one of those roads that don't have a whole lot of lighting and you run into a deer.
I don't understand why we got run into a deer.
You live in the wilderness in Delaware. There's deer everywhere.
I'm trying to be nice and say the deer may have run into you, but I really don't think that's what it was. You ran that deer over. You ran the deer over, and then my sister and my niece have to call me frantically because now we have to figure out how to find you on the desolate road to pick you up and make sure you're good. So that is why we are a part of that lovely tracking system that you all are talking about. And it's not only for those safety reasons you're just out there, but we joke and we play a lot, but it's a whole lot of other things that
I appreciate.
Safeguard you all.
I'm the first person called.
Yours is a little different. You're still you talking to my friend, producer Nick. You're talking to my friend. So when you put her in a category, you put me in that category, and we are close in the same age.
But I'm sorry.
Where you
Let
at?
me get your location, because you'll be getting the same phone calls too. Where are you at? Who told you can just leave the house like this? And
but
because
you have to understand,
because I know Miss Simmons dealt with the same thing, and I remember the concerns where I remember my grandmother was not allowed to drive at night, was not allowed to drive in the rain because of certain things. At a certain point, the same way you loved and cared for, it's an expression of love. I'm gonna make that very clear.
I love the expression.
I'm gonna have to jump on the other side, because I don't think you're gonna be able to tell that lady she can't drive. That lady, that 83, 84-year-old lady. I ain't gonna tell her she can't
drive where you want to drive. Tell me where you're driving to, because I need to know. Because I need to know where you're going, because I can figure out how long it's going to take you to get there. So when you 10 minutes past it, I hope I'm gonna look up. Was there traffic? No, there wasn't traffic. What the heck are you doing?
Right.
What friend you talk? Are you on the phone? Are you distracted? Pay attention.
You know what's even better?
You missed the exit because you were talking to someone on the phone. Pay attention. I don't want to hear any of that.
You see, this is why I didn't call him and tell him I was going away this week. I said I waited till the last moment until I knew he had to take us to the airport. I said I wasn't calling you because do I need to hear this? Because I went away.
I may have outed you. I may have outed you.
If it wasn't Shima, I wouldn't have known.
Exactly. And then he said, "Well, Shima told me you wasn't going to be here this week." I said, "Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to stop on Shima now."
That's why I said my disclaimer. That is my friend. I do apologize. We are in the same age group.
I said, that's exactly. And he started fussing at me. I said, that's exactly why I didn't tell you. I want to hear you fussing at me because I said I'm going away.
Hey, if I would have got a call, hey, we're planning a trip. We're going to go here. They would have had full encouragement. See, this is the same thing. You didn't yell at me when I was younger, when I wanted to do stuff. If I asked permission, I told you what was going on. I'm not saying you have to ask permission, but the transparency.
Thank you, son. I'm glad I don't have to ask permission.
But the transparency of letting me know what's going on is very important.
I agree.
Well, how about this?
So stop fussing at me. I don't feel like telling you.
I mean, my father just walked out the room because he knew he's next. I go,
with your age group, with your age difference, which is very minimal, you guys have more problems with, oh, my phone is not doing this. My laptop has stopped doing this. Oh, I have signed up for this and it's not working. And oh, I have agreed to this.
Let's go back to that one. Let's go back to that one. We in the car the other day and she goes, oh, I paid for something and I don't even remember paying for it. And I go, first thing out of my mouth, it's a scam. And she goes, well, I think please show me the proof of payment. And that's the other thing. It's sometimes it's for protection. What do you mean? We're about to give someone a couple extra $100?
You the pal friend. I'm gonna have to give you the pal friend.
I saw a video and I saw this video.
You are the BA guru. Are you serious?
It was in passing, and I said, "Oh, I don't remember doing this," because sometimes some of those things are.
But it was something that she wanted to buy and pay for,
right? So I will say this, and I don't now. I'm good. I don't click on it, and I don't do anything. I usually go, and I sometimes forward it to them. So I say these things. I got this email. I'm not sure about it. And they'll look at it. Mom, this is just a scam. Oh, okay. Because some of those things are good. They use, they fool you. In this particular one, like Nick said, I wanted it. And I said, oh, I was going to buy it. Did I buy it? In my head, did I click on the thing? Because I was I think, because I had just told him, I think a day or two before, I think I need another protection on because I got to get rid of this. I need another level of protection on my computer. So I had thought, did I click on it? Didn't remember. I didn't think I did, but maybe they heard something because I tell you one thing, because I was this is all leading up to something. I was at a restaurant.
A lot of explaining going on.
And I clicked.
See, what happened was.
I'm waiting for that.
I had clicked on something in the restaurant. You have to watch this scam too. They have these new, you pay the bill through an app. So I paid the bill through the app, and then the bill came up. I said, the bill looked a little higher than I remember it looking 2 seconds ago. And they had taken $25 from me for Feed the Children. I said, I didn't click on no Feed the Children app on that. Yeah. So I had taken more money from me. So I say that to say, I was like, did I click on something? And that's why I asked. He said, Mom, it's a scam. So I'm just saying all that to say, they're getting so slick. They're getting so slick in their thing.
There's some good ones out there. There are AI scams that are using people's voices. I just saw someone talk about how a parent got a phone call that was pretending to be the police saying, your child was arrested. You need to send us this, and not thinking we need this money sent or we need this. And people are sending thousands of dollars for legal fees for things like that. I said it to, I think I didn't say it to my mom. I said it to someone.
This is the crazy part. Now, it is a scam, but I want you to take a pause, and this goes for everybody. They're telling you to send it via Cash App. They're telling you to send it via Venmo.
No, I got one that was Zelle.
If they tell you to Zelle, I can understand that. That you may think is real. But those other ones, I'm not. Or they're telling you to go buy a gift card.
I would like to say this.
It's so subtle. They're getting better and better at it.
They have AI is reproducing people's voices. So you're like, oh, well, it's my child. I said it to someone. I was like, please check my location first. Like, look at the signs. Hang up, and try to call back that number.
That's it. Not even that number. Call me.
No, but no. That will help you right there, right? If you get it and you call back that number, the AI scams can't do that. So it's going to block.
It won't go straight through. Right.
Call me personally. Call someone.
I told my mom that.
My mom knows. They have my roommate's number. You call my roommate. You hear something like that, you call my roommate. You verify that information. Because it's so scary. And that's the same thing.
That's not new.
It's not new, but they're getting better. Yeah. And they're using technology of today to get a better advantage.
I saw on Instagram. I saw it was a famous person ranting about, I forget what that was ranting about, P. Diddy or something like that. And I said, is this real? And I had to look, and I looked twice, and then in the top it says AI generated. It said AI generated. And it was the likeness and the voice of a very famous person. And I said, because again, you're clicking on things so fast, you stop and you hear something, go, is this what he's saying? And if I didn't take the time to look for the AI generated thing, I'd have said, I'd have been called, Nick, did you just see what so-and-so said? And I'm saying that to say, and this is the fear. I know Oprah just did something live on her fear for AI, because AI, as much as you see the technology, and you can't deny, I mean, when I need letters and reports, I take my ideas and I'm using it, and it's just enhancing what you have that much better. So I get it. Yeah. However, for those that don't have good intentions, the ability for them to get away with more
with so many
scary.
Things.
It's scary. It's scary. And I know a lot of money.
I know, and we're laughing and picking at our mothers and our parents, our fathers and stuff, but it's that makes it so much harder for them, because we've grown up with this technology and we're learning it, and we're still learning it. For them, it's new, and it's always been new, but it's getting worse. I mean, my stepdad gets calls saying, oh, something about your tax, you have to pay this tax bill or something, and he's talking to them. And my mom now, she's in the background fussing about him giving out information, but this is the same lady who will let the people switch her light bill over to something else.
I mean, let's be honest. I'll be honest. I got scammed the other day.
Exactly.
I was trying to look up health insurance, and I don't know. I thought I was on a government website, and I got switched over. Next thing I know, $250 later, I paid this whole thing, and I don't even have health insurance. So I'm not saying this is only adults are getting scammed. They will scam anyone out there. So always double check your source. Like when you get an email, hit that reply all button and see what the email address it's actually replying to.
Exactly.
It's if you're not sure about something, hang up and call someone else.
And they play on, and let me say this, and I know it's almost time to wrap up, and this is a quick one. They play on what you are saying or something out there. Exactly. So for example, you know, everybody knows, or you should know, we're authors. I'm an author. My husband's an author. We've written books, right? So one of our books is, all the books are out there. I get an email from production company that says, we want to take your book and make it into a movie. List the name of the book and go in, and then the name of the company seems legit. I said, is this for real? So I was suspect. I was saying, I would love it to be a movie, but I don't know if I could trust this. So what I did was I took the name of them. What tipped me off was that if it's this production company, it would be the email of the production company, not Gmail. That was my mind. It was a Gmail. So I said, no, if you really have that kind of money, you ain't using nobody's Gmail account. Right. You have your name.
Get your own domain.
Your own domain for the company. So that was check number one. Check number two, if you that popular, you the production stuff, why are you calling me? Your assistant should be calling me. Check number two. So, and then I was like, and we could discuss this anytime. Really? So I took the name of the company. I took the name of the company, found it online, found somebody on the company's email online and say, does this person work for you? Because they're reaching out to me the whole thing. And the person said, do not respond to that. He does not represent us. So this person must be doing this often to, like you said, Nick, to get you in this conversation to eventually take your money.
Let me make this very clear. Everyone, if you're watching this right now, you have a digital footprint.
Yeah.
Someone can find out a whole lot about you just because you are on the internet. So some information is very vulnerable. It is out there, and people are out there in this world will do anything to take advantage of that.
Absolutely. And including our parents.
Yeah. And that's why. So there's some serious things, right? But didn't our parents, and that's why I say how the tables have turned. Wasn't there a day our parents were warning us, like, don't let someone offer you candy? I remember that one. Stranger danger.
Absolutely.
Stranger danger is real on the other end now.
We're gonna say to you, parents, don't let the people offer you free money, free internet, book deal. Stop letting them offer money.
No.
Right. No. We're just going to say no, and we're going to check it. We're going to keep turning the tables and keep checking on you guys. But unfortunately, we've come to the end of our show, and we can't wait for next week. We hope you guys enjoyed our FEM Talk show. We enjoy being here with you guys. Make sure you catch it if you have missed tonight's show, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you for having me yet again, FEM Talk Nation.
Thank you, producer Nick.
Always a fun time with me.
So much fun.
We love you, FEM Talk, for watching. Good night.